Mr. President, Minister, Secretary Albright, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me first of all thank the Polish Institute of International Affairs and GlobeSec for organizing this very important event. And let me also add a special welcome and a word of appreciation to all of you being present here, and a special word of appreciation to you, President Duda, for your strong personal commitment to the alliance and to our shared security and to keeping the alliance strong. And I very well remember when we met in June last year, before you have actually, after you were elected, but before you have taken up your post as president. And I immediately understood that we were going to have an excellent cooperation in the preparations for the summit. And now we are here at the eve of the summit. I'm looking forward to be together with you at the summit and addressing all the different challenges we are going to face and address at the summit. Let me also thank Poland for hosting our summit in this vibrant city. I appreciate this opportunity to address so many experts, policymakers and opinion leaders from around the world. You play an important role because in our open societies, public understanding and support are vital for the success of NATO. And let me in particular recognize Madeleine Albright, because you have played such an important role in working for our vision of a Europe whole, free and at peace. So it's great to have you here, and it's great also to know that you are still so committed to this alliance. A few hours from now, NATO leaders will gather here to chart the future of our alliance, guided by our common values of democracy, individual liberty, and the rule of law. The Warsaw Summit comes at a defining moment in the history of the alliance, with unpredictable threats and complex challenges from many different directions. NATO has responded. We have launched a wholesale reinforcement of our collective defense and deterrence, the biggest since the end of the Cold War. And I am personally very proud of the determination shown by the Allies since our last summit in Wales. We have done what we said we would do. The NATO response force is now 3 times bigger, with a brigade-sized spearhead force at its core, able to move within days. We have set up a series of small headquarters in the eastern part of our alliance, including here in Poland. They make it easier for us to plan and exercise and to reinforce if needed. We have augmented Turkish air defenses with AWACS surveillance planes and defensive missile systems. We have increased the number of exercises, sped up our decision-making, and developed a strategy to deal with hybrid threats. So we have bolstered NATO's ability and readiness to defend our territory and our citizens. Here in Warsaw, at the summit, we will take decisions to further strengthen our collective defense and deterrence, and to project stability beyond our borders. Today, we will agree to enhance our forward presence in the eastern part of our alliance, in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and here in Poland. We will deploy by rotation multinational battalions in each of the countries. making clear that an attack against one ally will be met by forces from across the whole alliance. And let me thank Canada, Germany, the United Kingdom, and United States for deciding to lead these battalions. And let me also thank Poland and the 3 Baltic states for hosting and supporting these NATO forces and for strengthening their own. We will also transform a Romanian brigade into a multinational brigade to strengthen our posture in the southeastern part of the alliance. And we will increase our defenses against hybrid threats, cyber attacks, and ballistic missile attacks from outside the Euro-Atlantic area. Everything we do is defensive, proportionate, and transparent, and fully consistent with our international obligations. Our position is clear. NATO does not seek confrontation. We don't want a new Cold War. The Cold War is history, and it should remain history. We will continue to seek constructive and meaningful dialogue with Russia, to make our intentions clear, to dispel any misunderstanding, and to reduce the risk of military incidents or accidents spiraling out of control. Russia is our biggest neighbor and an integral part of European security. So sustaining dialogue is essential. That is why we established the NATO-Russia Council as an all-weather forum for dialogue. So it is especially important that we use this tool now. For our nations to be safe, it is not enough to keep our defenses strong. We must also help our partners become stronger. And the second main theme of the Warsaw Summit is projecting stability beyond our borders. We will help our partners in the Middle East and North Africa to tackle the root causes of instability, to secure their own countries, and to fight terrorism. Training local forces is often our best weapon against violent extremism. We have learned a great deal from our operations in the Balkans and in Afghanistan. We remain committed to training Afghan forces. We will also put together a financing package to sustain them through 2020. All NATO allies already contribute individually to the global coalition to counter ISIL. We will decide at the summit that NATO's AWACS planes will share information with the coalition. We will start to train Iraqi officers in Iraq, and we will continue to support Jordan and Tunisia. And we stand ready to assist Libya. We will also affirm our commitment to our partners in the East, to Ukraine, Georgia, and the Republic of Moldova, to help them resist outside pressures and to advance reforms. Everything we do to defend ourselves and to project stability is magnified when we work with others. This is especially true when we speak about the European Union. We share common values and interests, and we face common threats. While Brexit will change the UK's relationship with the European Union, it will not change the UK's leading position within NATO. Unity and cooperation between NATO and the EU remains as important as ever. In these times of uncertainty, our partnership is increasingly essential. So at this summit, we will take our partnership to a new level, to counter hybrid threats, to increase our resilience against cyber attacks, and to address maritime security in the central Mediterranean, as we have already done in the Aegean Sea. Because our citizens demand that we keep them safe, this requires resources. Last year, after many years of decline, we saw a small increase in defense spending by NATO's European allies and Canada. And this year, we expect a real increase of 3% in defense spending among European allies and Canada. And Poland leads by example, spending more and spending better. As an alliance, we are starting to move in the right direction. But there is a very long way to go, and we must spare no effort to sustain the momentum. Our security depends on it. Ladies and gentlemen, for nearly 70 years, NATO has helped to keep the peace in Europe by forging an unbreakable bond between allies on both sides of the Atlantic. In recent years, the world has changed dramatically. We continue to change with it. What will not change is the enduring bond between Europe and North America on which our alliance is founded. What will not change is our resolve to defend each other, to uphold our shared values, and to preserve peace and security for future generations.